What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almost Brothers podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Dunklin County Transit.
DCT, anyone can ride. At Dunklin County Transit, our goal is to provide safe, reliable, and accessible transportation options to meet the diverse needs of not only Dunklin County, but our entire Southeast Missouri community.
We are committed to ensuring that all residents, regardless of their circumstances, age, or income, have access to essential services, healthcare facilities, employment opportunities, and recreational activities, and more.
Through our transport services, we aim to enhance mobility, promote well-being, and foster community connectivity. You can go in the show notes below, click the link to DunklinCountyTransitMalden.com, or you can go to the website dctsmalden.com. That's dctsmalden.com. And don't forget, anyone can ride.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
what?
Are we holding a thought?
He's getting spicy.
I caught a thought.
I can't hold thoughts very long.
Easy, you're married.
Oh, wrong kind. That's messed up. You're gonna have to Urban Dictionary that one there, Richard.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, not good.
that.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good.
Don't experiment with words.
You
At least
kiss
not
your
while we're
wife with that mouth, boy.
You're the one that said it. Why are you asking me if I kiss my... I mean, yes.
THOUGHT. Thought.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm just impressed he can spell thought.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. One moment, please. Richard, you have been muted.
Wow.
We are so glad that you have joined us today. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about preparation, being prepared.
Absolutely.
I can't
So
talk.
what'd you say? What'd you say, Richard?
So here with me, as always, Ty. How's it going?
Hi.
Love it. Rich, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm real good.
Good. How's y'all's morning going?
Better than yours.
It has.
I'm a little hungry.
It's been. I could eat. On today's episode, we're going to talk about being prepared.
It's a good Lion King song.
Being prepared. Be prepared. We were right on with that. That is awesome. Well, first of all, Rich, thank you for bringing me some daytime cold and flu relief. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I'm willing to share.
Yeah.
Straight from the pharmacy of Dollar
from
General.
the DG.
That's right.
That's right.
Not sponsored by
Still
DG.
trying to shake this, cold flu, whatever it was.
Yeah,
But
I've got it. I've got it going on now too.
Yeah, it's not
Jennifer's
fun.
got the cough that you have not been able to
I can't shake
so
it, man. Yeah.
She's having the same problem.
Yep. Well, I want to talk about being prepared, man. You know, we get up here. we get up here every week to record. And somehow every week I forget to grab the SD card from my office.
Every week.
Every week, man. Like, what is wrong? Like, what is wrong with me?
Like, we're going to.
I know,
record.
right? I know it. I know we need it.
There's a few things, we can get into that. We can
we don't
change
have
the
that
episode
we don't
into
have
what's
that
wrong with Michael.
Oh, well, that's a long episode.
That's a series of episodes. That's messed up.
The whole season.
And they're both muted. So
Oh.
that was perfect timing. Yeah, but I know you were kind of telling a story. That's why I told you to hold up, talking about like somebody having to come to your house to do something, and they give you this large time period to do it. So go ahead with your story.
Okay, yeah. I was having someone come chop some stuff down and clear some stuff out in my yard, and they're like, "We're looking." I asked them what time. They said we're looking around the evening. I was like, "Okay, whenever. I'm not gonna be home.
Yeah,
I'll be home." And they said, "As soon as we find a chain for our chainsaw, we'll head out." And so me and him go to jiu-jitsu. We leave around 5:30, 5:15. We come back around 9, and they never showed up.
And they just never,
never showed up.
Yeah. Speaking of being prepared, okay, we'll go back to your story. Every single week, Every week, like without fail, we record, and every single week, this man's phone goes off. Like he doesn't know how to mute it. Every single week.
Okay, first of all,
Wait a second. For the people not watching on the live.
Yeah, it's
which
Richard.
man?
It's Richard.
There we
Okay, yeah.
So
every week. So don't talk about me and my SD card problems.
Dang.
with a Z.
Yeah. Y'all just have memory problems.
Wow.
I know. He did not just go there.
So first of all,
Yeah.
I turned it off silent because I had it on silent last night. So I thought that I turned it on to silent.
Mm-hmm. Is that
usually is on silent. Every week it's on silent. It is. It just vibrates loudly.
Oh, okay. So a vibrating loudly would mean there was sound coming from your phone. So you would think you would move your phone to a place where it didn't interrupt the podcast recording.
Do you want to feel how hard I can punch?
We do not condone violence here on the Almost Brothers podcast.
You're about to get us kicked off again.
That's all I got.
No,
Dang,
but talking about that, like, don't you hate when like cable company,
Cable guy.
hey, we'll be there. We'll be there tomorrow. Okay, cool. Like I'm going to prepare, get everything together.
There are some people that won't have a clue what you're talking about because cable man.
What's cable?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, phone company. Well, no, that's kind of the same thing.
The plumber.
Internet.
Yeah,
they come to hook up your internet.
Oh, I have a modem, so I just plugged it in.
They had to hook it up for the thing to go into the modem there, bud.
But anyway,
they didn't come to my house though.
Then they had to sometime. They had to come to your house. Yeah.
No, I have it it's literally just a little box, and I plugged it into my outlet.
Where did you get the box from?
T-Mobile.
And they just what? They gave it to internet. Me. They just give it to you.
Yeah.
So they had to run wires eventually out by your house so that you can get the internet. It may not have been while you were there, but sometime they had to run something around there so that you can get internet from their house or from your house.
I feel like that's a little different from your situation.
I feel like I don't know why we're talking about it.
Well, can I get to the point?
No.
I didn't
Without
stop
y'all,
you. I don't know why.
Mute. Okay, so I'm going to try to get to the point that I was trying to make before these two. Okay, Dumb and Dumber over here. So when they tell you they have to come out to your house and they say, okay, I'll be there sometime from 9 to 5. And now you have to prepare your whole day around when they want to come out to your house. And how come it's never the former? It's never the 9 o'clock, 9:05. It's always like 4:45. So you're there just the whole day for nothing.
And then you have something going on. You got to get going. Then you end up leaving. They come by.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what?
Sorry, we missed you.
Yeah. Sorry, we missed you.
I've been hit with that a couple times. Sorry, we missed you. Post on your door.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
It's crazy.
But I don't even understand like why you can't at least give like a 2-hour window.
Right. Right.
Why does it have to be all day?
And then they'll be like, well, our guy, he'll call on his way over. And he calls and he's around the corner.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm about to pull in. Like, that gives you no time to get there, from anything.
Well, my thing is, whatever that is, whoever's doing it probably has been doing it long enough to know how long each job is going to take.
Yep.
So he may have 3 other places he's going to before you. He can probably determine, hey, each one's going to take about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'll be at your place between 1 and 3 p.m.
Right. Like, okay, cool. Now I've got a little bit more of a window.
There's no way that you don't have any idea how your day is going to go. That's scheduled.
Now, if something changes,
right?
Hey, I'm gonna be a couple hours earlier.
Yeah.
Can you make that work? Or hey, I'm gonna be a couple hours later.
Yep. And this thought I had sparked before you even started your story earlier, because we're talking about things that we're trying to do throughout 2025. Okay, you got the weight loss journey, you got music writing, and in all of these things, and I preach every week, multiple times every week. In each of these things, it takes a level of preparation.
Sure.
And I myself am good at preparing a sermon, but bad at preparation in my everyday life and different things. So what are some of the things that y'all see that you need to do and some things that y'all don't do well enough going towards preparing for, you got kids coming up, preparing for kids, preparing, to be able to get into the studio and make the most of the time that you have, preparing for what I'm going to eat today to stick on my diet and not just kind of throw stuff together. I'm so bad at it, man. I really am. Sorry, my bad.
He muted himself. I like it. Equal opportunity muter. So in my weight loss, first of all, the main thing that I do is intermittent fasting. So I don't eat from 8 at night till 11 in the next day. And that's huge in and of itself. Just doing that has been huge. And then intentionally not getting sugar in my diet. I avoid all sugar except for coffee, because it's what I use as a meal replacement. So that's my preparation. And now I've bought an exercise bike, so I'm starting to
There you go.
put some exercise in on that as well.
I know Jamie is really good at
10,000 steps.
Preparing, like even her meals. Like she'll know, okay, tomorrow this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm eating.
And that's where I need to improve is meal prep, because I drive for the transit, so I never know where I'm going to be.
Shout out Dunklin County Transit.
That's right, DCT, anyone can ride. But I just never know where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be, when I'm going to start my day.
Yeah.
It's a variable situation, so it's hard to prepare for that.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Well, hey there. This is Mike from the Almost Brothers podcast. We want to thank you for checking out this episode. I want to ask you, has this podcast encouraged you in any way and you would like to give back? Well, guess what? We have a way that you can do that. Okay, you could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the show so we can continue to put out good content and encourage you. So if you've got time, go down in the show notes and click on that support button that will take you to the page to where you can give back and help us to continue this thing. Back to the episode. Tell how do you prepare going into a studio session? You've got 1 hour to record.
Oh, gosh.
What do
That's it?
what do you do in preparation for that?
Well, one thing I've come to learn about recording, because I'm learning as I go, is no amount of time is enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like yesterday, I decided, because I'm still in the process of writing, so I decided, okay, because I want to work on something, I'll do a cover. 3.5 hours, almost 4, of just doing instruments.
Wow.
Yeah, just laying down and yeah.
Because you record all that, right? You do all your own music stuff because you have a music degree.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, got to throw that in there.
Yeah. Just guitar. So I had 2 guitar tracks, a bass track, and then a couple percussion tracks.
Yeah.
So probably 6 tracks in all. Took about 4 hours.
And that's
Just in that, yeah.
And
And I haven't done like any like actual like tweaking. I put on compression, EQ, and that's about it.
Yeah, just the bass level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really cool that you don't have to hire studio musicians to lay down those tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it. And but going back to preparation, I've learned one thing about it that I've learned so far is having a plan of what I want to record, what parts, if it's my own song or if it's a cover, what the instrumentation is going to be. Am I going to have an acoustic guitar? Am I going to electric guitar? Do I want piano? Do I want some bass? Do I want a regular drum set, or do I want some kind of auxiliary percussion sounds in there? Having that planned out, that way when I'm, because I did it yesterday, I made a list of all the parts that I want, and so I actually made that 3.5 4 hours is actually probably could have been 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because instead of trying to figure out as I go, I at least made a list of all the tracks I knew that I wanted.
Yeah.
and was able to, as soon as I finished this one, I go to the next one.
Well, and I know just watching you come from, when you first started at Remnant and you came in and you were doing praise worships to now, the preparation has definitely grown just in you. You kind of come in and kind of be fumbling around. You'd start something, be like, I'm completely in the wrong key. Sorry, everybody, start over. And you'd kind of be fumbling around to now where you're like super prepared, you're ready to go, and things go pretty smoothly. Like I know the last time that I played with you, we practiced and it was like 30 minutes. It's like, all right, well, we're done. Like it's good to go. Like it all sounds good, because you come in and you being the leader has it all prepared and it's ready to go, so
that's right.
So that goes a long way.
Do you think that being in that leadership role has prepared you for that and made you better at that?
100%. It's always a learning experience.
Trial by fire.
Yes, 100%. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
hold up, pause that for a second. I want to start doing something on our episodes.
Okay.
Where we do
This is what happens when you have an ADHD host.
Well, yes, it really is. Where we do a Tyler clears his throat counter.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So we're at 3 so far. This
Have you been counting?
Yes. So he just did one.
Now
so I was
he's,
like,
now
okay,
he's
fine.
going to be very conscious of it.
He wants to do it right now. he looks away. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Gosh dang it. You made me self-conscious.
So every episode, I want to have. We're gonna take guesses secretly, you and me.
Take a poll.
Yeah, and the closest one without going over wins.
When we do video, there needs to be a counter like at the
Right.
that corner.
Oh yes, I love it.
Anyways,
Sorry,
I
go
didn't remember what I was saying.
I knew that would happen.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Crap. You asked me something.
If being in that leadership role prepared you for being prepared.
Yes. So because it's basically it's not like a regular, like job where someone's trained you and like, oh, here's your checklist
Right.
of what you got to do before you clock out and all that. It's very much you're just going with the flow and figuring out what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, and it changes every time you do it. Yeah, so like
even now after in the position I'm in now, I'm still because in every church is different. Every worship team is different too. I'm still figuring out what works and what doesn't work and how I need to lead the team and things like that. So really it's like you said, it's kind of trial and error of figuring out what doesn't work, what does work, and holding on to the things that do and letting go of the things that don't.
And I know for me, that's 4. I know for me, going into whatever I'm going into the next day, I'm going into a message, going into praise and worship, whatever it may be, being prepared, I just feel more comfortable, more at ease going in. And I know that ahead of time that if I prepare, I'm going to go in feeling a lot better. But I'm a procrastinator really, really bad.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where I don't do that preparation that I need to. And I go into it and I feel flustered and I feel rushed. And every time I tell myself I'm going to do better at getting ready for this ahead of time. Like something as simple as getting my clothes ready the night before.
Right.
Getting the kids' clothes ready the night before so we don't have that headache in the morning of rushing around trying to get stuff done. But I just push it. I push it to the back. And
a lot of your problem is organization in general.
Yes.
I mean, you're a terrible organizer.
Yes, correct. Okay.
Sorry?
I say we just make fun of how bad he is at organizing.
Man. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And it comes from multitasking to the point. I'm gonna have a button
At
for
least he's doing it away from the mic
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Thanks for making me self-conscious.
I try to multitask to the point of where it's kind of chaos, to not to the point of not being able to get the task done, but the fact of I've got like a bunch of stuff going on at once. So I've usually got paperwork in my car with
Right.
my lunch that I had to grab on the go on my way to the hospital while I'm trying to prepare a sermon in the middle of all that. And I've kind of got a bunch of things going on. So I'm usually physically carrying multiple things for multiple reasons, and I've just got to do a better job, especially at like, I get in a meeting with somebody and instead of saying, okay, we're going to meet and we'll meet from this time to this time, I'll just kind of let it go.
Right.
And then it pushes everything else I had back. So I'm having to rush around. I need to do a better job of, hey, I need to be out of here at this time and keeping things on a schedule.
And it's almost where you have to set a timer.
Yeah.
But some people find that rude.
Right.
So it's like,
it's a hard balance.
What do you do? And there are certain people that want to have conversations for 2 hours instead of dealing with what you originally had the meeting
there for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I fall into that a lot. I really do. I we'll sit down and talk, and then I've got something I've got to do from 3 to 5.
Right.
And I sit down at 1 and I kind of let it go to 2:40.
Yeah.
And then I look up and I'm like, I've got to rush out. And then now I've got a shrunken timetable to get everything else done.
Which rushes everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And it pushes back everything. And then that's when that chaos starts happening, because I'll try to schedule things like, okay, I've got time to squeeze this in. And then when one thing runs super long, then I really, really, run out of time.
And that's the way I get if I oversleep.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. Even when you get caught up, it still feels rushed all day. It's just like you never get caught up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it is when you overdo a meeting is now it's the whole day is rushed.
And I hate that feeling of being like having to be rushed.
Yeah.
So y'all make fun of our lateness, but I promise it's not me.
He said, I promise, y'all. And it's funny every time, because you come in and that's the first, like, you're just like shaking your head. It's like, yeah.
Because I'm very, I plan ahead.
Yeah.
I plan, and sometimes I do that to a fault. But I very much plan ahead. I hate being late to things. I know that it takes 35 minutes for us to drive from our house to the church. I have a staff meeting at 7:45. We leave the house at 7 so I can be there 10 minutes early. Just in case something happens.
Sure.
And you know what? I've got 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I like being there early so that way I don't have to feel rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% get that. As somebody who's been labeled the time Nazi, I understand being early to something.
Yeah.
Because I always, I've told this with every like worship team, every whatever, there is freedom in preparation.
Yeah. And it makes you feel a little bit more relaxed, knowing, okay, I'm on time. That's why I like.
Well, there's literal wiggle room.
Yeah.
You can wiggle.
Why do you do that?
You can wiggle if you
wiggle
want to.
with his arm.
Stop that.
Do
Well,
that
what I
again.
mean-
Wiggle room. Say
Wiggle room. But there's literally room for you to just breathe.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because, especially like with me for church, like, yes, I work for the church, but it's also a church service. It's time of worship and all that. I don't want, when I'm at church, again, I'm there. I have a job to do, but again, I'm also there to enjoy the service, to worship, and I don't want to feel so tense the whole time that basically the whole service is just thrown out the window for me.
And that's a difference between somebody who serves at church and somebody who attends church.
Yeah.
Somebody who just walks in and sits in a pew, they don't understand the preparation that's needed and why we come in early and which, Mike, you come in at 4 a.m. That's probably a little extreme, but
hey,
he actually just
nice
sits
and early, baby.
He just lays across a pew and takes a nap until service.
Nice and early, and that's exactly why I do that. It's so that I would way rather get stuff done, look up in it, and have 3 hours left, and go, oh man, I got everything done. Okay, cool, and I can kind of relax. Then look up and go, I've got to hurry up, I've got to rush and get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd way rather get up extra early, like just ridiculously early, and get things done and have a lot of extra time than rush around,
right.
And try to put things together last minute.
Absolutely.
because there's always going to be something that goes wrong anyway. So you're going to need that wiggle room.
And you
do
can
it. Wiggle room. There you go.
You can tell when you're watching a sermon or a lesson or whatever. You can tell when the speaker is unprepared.
Yeah.
I mean, it really shows when they've not put in the work.
Yeah.
And I've come across some people, mostly musicians, that
Stupid musicians.
easy now. Easy now. You're about to get us blocked.
He's got a music degree.
Yeah,
I forgot.
that's right. That believe they're so good, so talented, and they are, but to the point they don't feel the need to prepare.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen many times where, again, good musician doesn't know the music,
Right.
and it bites everyone in the butt.
Well, and me and Mike have talked about that before, how singers, where if you don't play an instrument but you're just sing, you take that for granted and you don't learn the songs and you don't know what your role is in that.
Yep.
And it's just lazy and it's unacceptable.
And they use we have screens and we've got monitors and we've got, things that help the singers that have all the lyrics. There it is right in front of them. So they feel no need to prepare because they could just read it off of the screen.
Until those screens don't work.
Right. Well, you've seen, you've seen the viral clip of the lady that's like singing like, I need the word. I need the word. And it's like,
shouldn't you know the song?
shouldn't you at least know most of it?
Right.
Like I get it. Some of these songs, like the way that they go, the words are interchangeable with each verse or whatever. But it's like, you don't know any of it. You don't know the start of the song.
Right.
Like really, if a guitar player, if a drummer, if whoever gets up there and just doesn't know it, they'd be asked to get down.
Right.
But singers can go up there because the lyrics are right in front of them and just come in and.
Yeah.
I have this problem when I lead. So our confidence monitor, it has the top half. It'll show the slide that's up, the words, and ours has chords on it too, which is nice. So the top half has this current slide that's on the screens, and it's a little bigger, and then below it has the next upcoming slide. My problem is I like to jump ahead, and then as soon as I'm jumping ahead, and I'm moving to the bottom one moves up, and I end up skipping one, and I mess up, or I read the wrong word, or I'm like my mind is reading one word, and I'm reading a word down here, and I like jumble them or something
while playing.
Yes, while playing.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be able to do that.
I do that so many, and I try not to make the person running Pro Presenter think it's their fault. Like they mess. I always be like, "Oh, sorry, no, I can't read. You're good. I can't read.
That's my bad. That's my bad."
Yeah. I forgot how to read.
It happens.
And I did wanna as we begin to transition into that's what's up. I did want to say happy birthday to my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Aaliyah. It's her birthday today.
She doesn't listen, but
she does sometimes. She told me the last one she listened to. But.
happy birthday.
It turned into Cartman.
It did. Very much so.
Happy birthday. I want her to have a good birthday, not have to listen to that. Okay.
Easy now.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
21 years old today.
Got to see her at the wedding.
21.
Awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to need you to calm down.
But happy birthday, baby. I love you. So moving from that,
21.
we're going to move into a segment that we call That's What's Up.
Sup.
Saw, dude.
Exactly. Exactly. So what are some of the things that y'all are doing, listening to, playing, whatever this week? Outside of, here's what we'll do. You cannot talk about American Idol. You cannot talk about Brandon Lake, and I cannot talk about One Tree Hill. Go.
All right.
I guess the show is over.
The show that shall not be named is over, so that's easy. But I am playing a new Xbox game called Dying Light 2.
Yep.
It's a really cool zombie type end of the world game. I finished book 4 of the Alex Rogers series, and it ended with now I need a book 5.
Now I'm going to need more of that, please.
Yeah, it did.
You did that on the trip, right? You finished that one?
Yeah, so it's wide open for another one. I'm sure there will be. That one was released like last year or something, so I'm sure there'll be another one. June 5th, which is tomorrow, right?
Today.
Is it really?
No, it's tomorrow.
Huh.
The Accountant 2 comes out on Prime tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about that. And that's what I got.
Nice.
Yep.
My turn.
Yep.
Go
ahead.
Honestly, not a whole lot. Corey Asbury's got a new song out last week. It's really good. It's called it's called Dream I Never Had. He wrote it about his son.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's good. It's a really good song. I feel like you would kind of resonate with it a little bit because it basically it sounds weird, but I interpret it as he wasn't expecting to be a father, and it happened, and now it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Trying to think anything else. We went and I can't remember if we talked about it. No, because it was last Thursday.
Yeah. Y'all went to the doctor?
Went to the baby doctor. We got to see the twins. They're about the size of my hand now, maybe a little smaller. They have legs, arms and legs now.
Oh,
I know.
Lips, hips, and fingertips. Come on.
Growing up.
Yeah, man. They grow so fast.
Grow so fast. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Give me 1 second. Let me think. Let me think. Got nothing.
Okay, cool. For me, I've got midnight release tonight of the Switch 2.
Gosh.
Yep. So I'll be going to pick that up. We just watched, what did we watch last night? We watched, and Jamie watched a movie we hadn't seen in a long time. I can't remember what it was. We started to have we have once a week, we have family movie night. So we started watching a Disney Channel movie. I can't remember what it was either. Oh, Man of the House. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Chevy Chase.
I was about to say, it sounds like an older movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we started watching that, and then the kids fell asleep like 15
Shocker.
minutes into it. So we turned it off, and then me and Jamie watched a movie. Rosewood Lane was the name of the movie. It's like a thriller. Crazy weird movie.
It's a thriller.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we watched that. That's about it for me, man. I haven't been watching a lot. Ready for the Switch to come out, ready to play Mario Party, so I'll probably be up late tonight, tomorrow morning, doing that. So me and a buddy's meeting for dinner tonight after church. We're going to meet for dinner and go to the midnight release. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pumped.
I already know. Richard, what do you think?
Cricket. I don't have any crickets on here anymore. Well, again, thank y'all for joining, and don't forget you can become a monthly member to just help us get this podcast out. In the show notes, you can hit support. You can donate $3, $5, $8, $10 a month, whatever you feel like doing.
If you feel 500 on your heart,
then go ahead and do it. Yeah, but we're transitioning to video. We're getting a studio together. We're going to be putting it out a lot more. We're going to try to be doing more live episodes in different places. So any kind of donations, anything like that, we appreciate so much. But we thank you all for joining. So if this show has touched you in any way, consider being a subscriber. If not, that's fine. We still love you. Love your faces.
Hey, listeners, we just want to thank you for your continued support for the Almost Brothers podcast. Do us a favor and go to your favorite platform and rate us and like us and share with everyone that you know. Thank you so much. Love you.